Welcome back. So today we solve further questions. I think in the last video we did up until 25. So in this one I think we'll do from 26 onwards. Obviously things are going to change a little bit. Now one thing that I like about this book, that is R.S. Agarwal, is for each and every concept, for each and every manipulation of the concept, there are exhaustive questions. So there are enough questions that you'll think that you know it enough, so you don't need to do it, but don't fall into that trap. Okay, in math, the more practice you do, the better it is. You've never had enough practice in math. All right, so we'll start with the 26th one, I think. Yep, this one, 26th. Oh, today we have blue color. All right, fine. So let's begin today's video with this question, that is 60% of 264 is the same as. This is again based on the same formula, that is 60%, 60 upon 100 of is multiplication. Yeah. So 60% of is multiplication, 264. All right, is the same as. All right, now for this one, there's slightly changed the options, I think. Let me just, yep. So 264 multiplied by 6 should give you 6 4s are 24, 6 6 are 36, 36 plus 2, 38, 6 2s are 12, 12 plus 3, 15, 1584, and there's one decimal, 158.4. Now you have to be a little smart by choosing the options, because in these competitive exams you don't exactly get a lot of time. All right, so we are going to let's see, 10 upon 100, 44. This can't be it. 15 upon 100 into 1056 could be 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3. I don't think this can be the answer, but still we'll check. 30 upon 100 into 132. Okay, 0 0 cut. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, 39.6. so this cannot be the answer. So 10 upon 100 into 44. Again, this is 4.4. this cannot be the answer. Let's check this one. 15 upon 100 into 1056. Maybe this one. 1056 into 15. This is multiplication. 10560. 6 5s are 30. 5 5s are 25. 25 plus 3 is 28. 5 0 are 0. 2 5 1s are 5. Let's see. 0, 14, 5 plus 2, 7 plus 1, 8, 5. Yep, I think this should be it. Now there are 2 zeros, so 1 I can cut. All right, so I think this is the answer, B. Yeah, like I said in this video, you have to be a little bit smarter while choosing the options. All these questions, they cannot be solved by conventional methods. But do not, I've seen many students make this mistake, that they will straight away want to do shortcuts, straight away want to do those short methods where you instantly get answers. Yes, shortcuts are helpful, especially in an exam setting when the time is limited and the number of questions that are to be solved are more. But do not straight away jump into that tips and tricks and shortcuts. First, master the concept through lengthy methods, and then you will yourself figure out the shortcuts. All right. All right, fine. We move on to the 27th one. Let me just make some space for calculation. Calculations are quite extensive, so I can use, I think, that one. Can I increase the size of this? Let me. No. Because All right, guys. Now I'm back. Yep. So for this one, the 26th answer is B. For 27th one, 270 candidates appeared for an examination of which 252 passed. So out of 270, 252 has passed. Now there is a formula that we like to use, and this particular formula is manipulated in a variety of different questions. Okay. So let's part upon whole into 100. Always remember this formula. So let's say the part over here is how many students they are asking us to calculate pass percentage. So you will need the number of students who actually passed, that is 252. So here is 252 upon whole. What are the total number of candidates? That is 270, I suppose. It's given in the question. And the pass percentage, simply just you need to multiply this by 100. 0, 0, cut. 27, 7 6 are 42, I think. 7 6 are 42. 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 162. All right, this seems a little bit off. I mean, calculation wise, of course. So let us 27 into 16. 270, 162, 213, 432. Okay, let's try with 3 first. Then 3 9s are 27, 3 8s are 24, 3 4s are 12, 3 3s are 3 2s are 6, 3 8s are 24. So it gives you 280 upon 3. Now this need to do the long division over here. I don't think 280 is divisible by 3. No, it is not. Simply 280. Then this is 8 9 3s are 27, 1 0, 3 3s are 9, and 1. So 93 1 upon 3. I think we have that option, that is D. All right, perfect. Let's move on to the 28th one. So you see the concept over here they are focusing on is this X% of something. So they'll give you the known quantities and they'll want to calculate, like for example, let's take a simpler one. X% of 20 is 10. So 20 का कितना percentage 10 है? So we know by common sense that 20 ka half is 10. So we can straight away say that it is 50. But when the numbers are a little bit off, when they are larger numbers, you need to use the concept of the same thing, that is X% of something is something. Okay, so X%, you can convert the X% upon X upon 100. Of is multiplication. So either Y will be given over here, or either Z will be given over here. So out of X, Y and Z, 2 of the values will be given and you will be asked to calculate the third one. Should not be that difficult. We'll practice a few of the questions right now. All right, move on to the 28th one. 5 out of 2250 parts of Earth is sulfur. What is the percentage of sulfur on Earth? We'll again use this formula, part upon whole into 100. So 5 is the part. What is the whole? 2250 into 100. Let's see if we get a proper answer for this. 5 1s are 5 4s are 20, 5 5s are 25. Right? 5 9s are 5 2s are 2 upon 9. Then we have B. I think it's a for students out there who are just struggling with math. I would say you can simply just watch my videos, solve along with me, and you will be fine. The reason why I've chosen MCQs for this is MCQs are a good way to revise concepts. Do not straight away jump into those large questions, subjective ones. This is especially for students who are going to appear for board exams. This video where I'm solving MCQs is largely focused on simply just revising the concepts, because MCQs can be done in a, I don't know if the lethargic is a word, but MCQs can be done in a lazy manner. You don't need to sit for hours. You can just simply keep on doing it. All right, let's move on to the 29th. In an examination, Sumit scores a total of 626 marks out of 850. What is his approximate percentage in the examination? This should be simple one. Again, part upon whole into 100. So part is 626 upon whole is 850 into 100. 0 is cut over here. I think I'll go for the 2 and 5. 5 ones are 5. I think 2. Yep. 5 ones are 3. 5 7 17 5s are 85. 5 2s are. Now, yeah, they're asking for an approximate percentage. Use the no, do not use the calculator. Work out the answer by yourself. We move on to the 30th one. The marks obtained by a student are given below. What is his total percentage in all the subjects? All right. So I'm sure a lot of students, when you get your marks in school, obviously you calculate your percentage beforehand. Yep. So this should not be a problem. All you need to do is you need to calculate all the total marks, which is 300, 400. And you need to calculate all the marks obtained. Let me just try and calculate all the marks. So this is 84 plus 24 is 108. Okay, 108. So then let us total this one. This is 7 plus 5. This is 67 plus 25 is, this is 12. 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 92. Oh, this is just wonderful. Then we have 84 plus 24 gave us 108 plus 92 is 9 plus 1, 10. So this is 200. Okay, so this fellow has scored total of 200 out of 400. Is that so? 300, 400. So 200 out of 400 into 100. 0 cut. Okay, 4 5s are 20. I think it should be 50%. So, but there is no answer given as 50%. I think I'll take 56%. Is there? I don't think there's an error in adding. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. 7 plus 5, 12. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 1, 9. 92. 8 plus 2, 10. 9 plus 1, 10. 1 plus 1, 2. So 200. 100, 200, 300, 400. So total mark is 400. I think 56% should be the answer. Then we move on to question number 31. The following table gives the marks obtained by a student in the first and the second semester examinations in all 4 subjects. Okay, so there are 2 examinations in each year. Again, this is the same thing. All you must do is calculate the total marks. So how much has he scored in the first semester? Let us try to add. So 35 plus 65, again this is 100, and this is 80 plus 30 is 110. So 100 plus 110 is 210. So in the first semester he scores 210. In the second one, let us see how much he scores. I'll go with this one first. 85 plus 25 I think is 5 plus 5, 10, 11. So 110 over here, and then we total 30 and 45, so that is 75. So 75 plus 110 is He has 185. So he has scored 185 in the second semester. He has scored 210 in the first one. So let us calculate the total marks scored. That is 210 plus 185. 395. And what is the total? 100 plus 100, 200. This is 300. And for both the semesters, 600. So 395 upon 600 into 100. 0 is cut. All right. Again, they're asking this nearly. Let me just calculate nearly, okay? 6 6 are 36, okay? 35, 6 5s are 30, 6 5s are 30, 5 0, 6 8s are 48, 65.8. So I think it should be 66. They've also given 64 in the option, but since they're asking nearly and we're getting 65.8, so if you round that off, it is 66. All right. Move on to question number 32. It's going well. I'm waiting for that one difficult question that ruins the mood or that ruins the vibe. Always when you sit down and solve maths, everything will be going on swimmingly, but there will be that one question that comes along and ruins everything. So I'm waiting for it. It's definitely going to come because you might know the concept, but the MCQs have a way of confusing you. That is why I like to solve a lot of MCQs. All right, that's my morning coffee done. Let's go for 32. I paid 27.20 as sales tax on a watch worth 340. Find the rate of sales tax. Okay. Again, we'll use that formula, part upon whole. But there is one relation that I want to show over here. That is, can I write 32, question number 32 as this? X% of 340 is equal to 27.20. Can I write it at this? Because some percentage of 340 is 27.20, and that is essentially what the question is asking. Now, since this makes things easy. If you can write a percentage question in this form, then the answer is nearby. So X% can be written as X upon 100. Of can be multiplication. 340 is equal to 27.20. Now this has just turned itself into a linear equation in one variable. Very simple one. This should not give you too much of trouble. I'll just put these two zeros over here. I'll cut these zeros. Okay. Don't go for directly eliminating and cutting. You can follow proper procedures, because since I've been doing this a long time, I can take certain liberties in calculations, but you must not do that. So 340, it goes over to this side, so I can write this as X is equal to 2720 upon 340. 0 is cut over here. Now I think that let's try 34 8s. 8 is also given in the option. 8 4s are 32, 8 3s are 24, 24 plus 3 27. So I think 8 is the answer. 33, I'll just write down the equation for 33, and then you can solve it by pausing the video. What percentage of 88 is 33? So can I write this as X% of 88 is equal to 33. Now this will give you a linear equation like this, and then you can solve it. All right. 34 is the same thing. If you keep using this equation, I think the questions will become easy for you. 0.01% is what percent of 0.1? So X% of 0.1 is equal to 0.01. In this 34, I would recommend that you take care of the decimal, because the options are very close: 1 upon 100, 1 upon 10, 10 and 100. So one decimal mistake can result in a negative mark. Because I think a lot of exams that ask these quantitative aptitude questions, number one is they are obviously short on time, and number two is they also have negative marking. All right, so it helps with accuracy. I see a lot of students in any given subject. I have students for IELTS, I have students for English, I have students from grade 8, 9, 11, 12. Okay, majority of the students who are learners make this mistake, and I was guilty of this mistake when I was a student myself, is we rush a lot. We want to get good at things very quickly, and that is, I think, the fundamental mistake that a lot of students make, and I was guilty of it too. It was only after my finishing my education and walking out into real life and facing some trouble or facing some consequences of rushing very quickly into things made me realize that I must not rush into things. So that is one lesson from me to you, is that don't rush into learning things quickly. If you learn something quickly, it was probably easy and not worth it. So things that are worth it, things that are worth learning, take time, and you must give some time to it. Let's move on to 35. I don't know how that has happened. Okay. What percent of 1 minute is 12 seconds? Now if you look closely over here, both the units are different, minute and seconds. So you must bring both the units into a singular one. So I think I'll convert this minute into seconds, that is 60 seconds. Okay, let me just make some space. Okay, now here essentially what they are asking is x% of 60 is equal to 12. Okay, in fact I'll just solve it, just to avoid confusion, because we don't want confusion. Okay, so x% of 60 is equal to 12. So x upon 100 multiplied by 60 is equal to 12. Okay. So I can cut 6 2s are 12, so x is equal to 20%. I think 20 should be the answer. All right, we move on to the we move on to the 36th one. The enrollment of students in a school increases from this to this. What is the percentage increase in the enrollment? I think we have solved enough questions of this kind. Again, we follow that formula of part upon whole, and then so what is the increase? Increase is 581 subtract 560. They should give you 1. 8 minus 6 2 0. Okay, so this is the number of increase. And what is the actual? 560 into 100. So I think 7 3s are 21, 7 8s are 56, 2 4s are, 2 5s are, 3 5s are 15. 15 upon 4 should give you 3 point something. 4 3s are 12, 30, 3.7. Yeah. Oh, there are two options, 3.72, 3.75. Let us, now since I've done it, let us, 4 divided by 15. So this should give you 4 3s are 12. So that should be 3, then 0, then decimal. 7 4s are 28, 2, 0, 4 5s are 20. So it should be 3.75. All right, we move on to the 37th one. What percentage of 3.0 What percentage of 7.2 kg is 18 grams? Again, the same. I'll just simply just write the equation. You can pause the video, calculate the answer. What percentage of 7.2 kg? Now, since this is in kg, this is in grams, you must bring them to one singular unit. I think what would be easier is converting this to grams into 1000. Now, the reason why I'm doing the long form is this is grams. Okay. All right. So now how do I write this equation? 7200. So x percent of 7200 is 18. Simple. So x upon 100 into 7200 is equal to 18. 00 is cut. I think 18 fours is it or no? 8 fours are 32. Yes, 18 fours is 72. So 18 4. So x, when 4 goes over to that side, it becomes 1 upon 4. 1 upon 4 is how much is it? 0.25, I think, or it's just yeah, 0.25. That is B. 38 is the same. My screen is flickering. I don't know what's wrong with it. These electronics, man, you can never be too sure. I also have to go to work today at 9:30. Yeah, there's still some time. All right, question number 38. What percent of 2650 is this? Again, this is the same thing. So x percent of 2650 is equal to 1987.50. Okay, you can simply just choose to calculate, and this is nice. Okay, the more the questions you do, the more it reinforces the understanding of that concept. Okay, because difficult questions are simply just a modification over easy questions. So the more easy questions you do, the more it increases your chances of your ability, or more it increases your ability to solve the difficult ones. So never shy away from solving easy questions. Never be too confident. And that goes for everything, I think. Okay. All right. 39. What percent of a day is 3 hours? So total number of hours, that is x percent of 24 is equal to 3. Again, this is pretty straightforward and pretty easy. Let's go to the 40th one. The price for a pair of cufflinks is this, that is 1 rupee. The price for a 5-pair package of cufflinks is this. The 5-pair package is what percent cheaper per pair than 5 pairs purchased separately? So if you purchase 5 pairs separately, how much is it going to cost you? That is rupees 5. Okay. But if you purchase a 5-pair package, how much is it going to cost you? That is rupees 3.40. The 5-pair package is what percent cheaper per pair than 5 pairs purchased separately? All right. So what we do, we use the same formula of, over here, that is part upon whole. Yep. Let's see. So we subtract 5 minus 3.40 upon what was the actual price? The 5-pair package upon 5 into 100. Okay. Calculate this and you get the answer. All right. We go on to the 41st one. All right. A bakery opened with its daily supply of 40 dozen rolls. half of the rolls were sold by noon. Okay, so that is 20 dozen was sold, and 60% of the remaining rolls were sold between noon and closing time. How many rolls were left unsold? All right, so first of all, this is a pretty straightforward question. 40 dozen of rolls, half of the rolls were sold by noon, so that is 20 were sold. So how many were remaining? If half were sold, so half remains, that is 20 was remaining. And from this 20%, the 60% were sold between noon and closing time. So before closing, 60% were sold. So I need to calculate 60% of 20. So that should be 60 upon 100 multiplied by 20. 6 2s are 12. So they managed to sell 12 out of 20. So what is the number of rolls that remained? That is 8. Straightforward. Let me make some space for calculation. All right, we move on to the 42nd one. 5 kg of a metal A and 20 kg of metal B are mixed to form an alloy. What percentage of metal A in the alloy, the percentage of metal A in the alloy is? Simple. What is the total? That is 25. I simply just added 5 and 20, so that will be 25 kg. We'll use that same formula, part upon whole into 100. So percentage of metal A in alloy is, how much is metal A? That is 5 kg. 5 upon 25 into 100. 25 4s are 4 5s are 20. The answer is 20. Simple. All right. Next, 43 is 30% of apples. 30% apples out of 450 are rotten. How many apples are in good condition? 30% apples out of 450 are rotten. How many apples are in good condition? Okay, so I'll simply just calculate 30% of this and then subtract it from 450, because only 30% are rotten, so the rest of will be in good condition. Okay, so 30 upon 100 into 450. Simple. 3 5s are 15, 4 3s are 12, 12 plus 1 13, 135. These are the number of apples that are rotten. So I'll simply just subtract this 450 में से 315. So 315 are the number of apples that are in good condition. You can simply just choose to do it the other way. That is, if 30% of apples are rotten, so the 70% will be in good condition. There is again an idealistic assumption, because even if they are in good condition, I mean, they might have some or the other sort of malaise. But that's, again, we are doing maths. We are not, in humanity subjects. There is something that I love about math is it is absolute. There are no opinions. This is my opinion. That is your opinion. No, there is only math. All right. Let me just make some space. Okay, we move on to question number 44. I think this was 315. Okay, a company pays a rent of 25,000 per month for office space to its owner. But if the company pays the annual rent at the beginning of the year, the owner gives a discount of 5% on the total annual rent. What is the annual amount that the company pays to the owner after discount? So simply just you multiply. So you calculate the annual rent first. So if the per month rent is 25,000, I'll simply just multiply 0, 10, 300. So okay, 300, and plus I need to add 3 more zeros. Okay, so this is the annual rent, and now 5% of this, that is the discount. 3 5s are 15, and then 3 zeros. So that is 15,000. Okay, so we need to subtract 15,000 out of the annual amount. So that should be 0, 0, 0. This is 2, this is 9, 5, 8, 285,000. That is option B. Okay, the reason why I am actually solving these calculations is there are a lot of students that I see is they will stress on a lot of mental calculations and end up making a lot of mistakes. Do not rush in being mentally too good at math. That is because I know this urge why people want to be good at mental math or oral calculations, because it has some sort of a charm. Okay, it gives you a lot of boost, it gasses you up, it gives you a lot of confidence when you orally calculate something and it turns out to be correct. But what I see in students is they will rush this thing without actually doing the calculations. They will straight away start doing mental calculations. Okay, it is a transition. Nobody gets good at mental calculations without actually doing calculations in the first place. So being good at mental calculations is a transition, not a direct jump. You do not get directly good at mental math. You first need to actually sit down with a pen and a paper and calculate things. And once when you have done it enough, when you have done it exhaustively, you will get good at mental calculations. So for all the students out there who are watching and who are beating themselves up and thinking that they are not good at mental calculations, the reason why you are not good at mental calculations is you have not done enough paper calculations. So do enough of them, and gradually and eventually you will get good at mentally calculating things. All right, let's move on to question number 45. That is an interval of 3 hours 40 minutes is wrongly estimated as 3 hour 45.5 minutes. The error percentage is okay. We use the same formula, that is part upon whole. Okay, so what is the 3 hour 40 minutes? So that is how many minutes? I think 3 hours is 180 plus 40. That should give you 220. Okay, and what is the mistake? Is wrongly estimated as 3 hours, that is 180 plus 45.5 minutes. Okay, 45.5 minutes. So 180 minutes plus 45. So that should be 225. The error percentage. What is the error percentage? So what is the difference? So 225 minus 220, that gives you 5. What was the actual one? That is 220. And what is the, I simply just, not like this. Yep, you simply just cut this. Yep. 2 11s are, 2 5s are, 5 5s are, that is 25 upon 11. 11 2s are 22, 3 0, 11 2s are 22 up. Yep, so it should be 2.5. Okay, let's move on to the next one. That is 46. The following table gives the income distribution of 200 households of a village. So this sign over here is less than. So these are the number of households and this is less than. So households having less than 1025, less than 2080, less than 5170, less than 10,000 this. So what is the percentage of households whose monthly income is above 2000 but below 5000? So above 2000 but below 5000. It should be in this bracket. So I'll simply just subtract 170 minus 80, 0, 90. So there are 90 households. What is the percentage of households? Simply part upon whole, that is 90 upon what is the total number of households. Why do they have to give? Yep. Let me just add. So this is 170 plus 80 gives you 250. 250 plus 200, 450. 450 plus 25 is 475. So 90 upon 475 into 100 should be easy. Now all you need to do is calculate this, and this should give you the right answer. 9 5s are 45. No. Alright, you can simply just calculate this and you'll get the right answer. Let's move on to question number 47. In 2 successive years, 175 students of a school appeared at the final examination, respectively. 75% and 60% of them passed. The average rate of pass is, all right. Again, the same formula, part upon whole into 100. So first we need to know what is the number of students that passed. So, okay. Now in the first year, 100 students appeared, out of which 75% passed. So what will the total number of students passed? 75. In the next year, total number of students that appeared were 75. And how many of them passed? 60%. So you must calculate 60% of 75. That is 60 upon 100 into 75. 60 upon 100 into 75. That should give you 6 5s are 30. 7 6 are 42. 42 plus 3, 45. And this 0 is cut. So 45. 45 is the number of students that passed. So then simply just total. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 1, 12. 120. And now what were the number of students? The number of students, 120 upon 175 into 100. So calculate this and you'll get the answer. All right. Okay. 48. Now 48, in question number 48, you can use a little bit of, your common sense. A toy merchant announces 25% rebate in prices of balls. Rebate as in 25% discount. You get 25% return. If one needs to have a rebate of rupees 40, then how many balls each costing 32 rupees should he purchase? So on each ball, how much rebate would he get? 25%. Okay, the 25% is 1/4. So 1/4 of 32 is 8 rupees. So on one ball, he gets 8 rupees back. So how many balls would he have to purchase to get 40 rupees back? That is 5. Simple one, because some questions require you to actually pause and find out a shorter way, because these exams, they are notoriously famous for giving less time to students. I think SSC is the most difficult one in terms of quantitative aptitude. The sheer volume of questions that you need to finish in I think 1 hour. It's crazy. Okay, 49th one. 1.14 expressed as a percent of this. Come on, this should be easy. X percent of 1.9 is equal to 1.14. Okay, so X upon 100 multiplied by 1.9 is equal to 1.14. Solve this and you get the answer to question number 49. We have reached the last question, that is 50 for this video, because I need to go to work. Kamal has 160 toffees. So there are total 160 toffees. He gave 5% toffees to Ravi, 15% toffees to Anita, and 1/4 of the toffees to Gagan. How many toffees are left with Kamal after distribution? Okay, so 5%, that is 5 upon, if you remember the fraction, okay, it helps. Okay, over here, if you remember the fractional values of percentages, it will help you. Let me just demonstrate that. Okay, so 5% can be written as 1 upon 20. So 1 upon 20 is the number of toffees that is given to Ravi. Okay, 15% toffees to Anita. 15 upon 100 into 160 is given to Anita, and 1/4 of the toffees to Gagan. 160. Okay. How many toffees are left with Kamal after distribution? That's a simple calculation. This is 2 8s are 40s are, and 15 multiplied by 16 should give you 150. 6 5s are 30, 6 1s are 6, 6 plus 3 9. So this is 0, 9 plus 5 14, 240, 240, so 0 0 cut, this 0 and this 0, 24. Okay, so 24 is this, then this is 8 and this is 40. 8 plus 4 12, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 1 7. So 72 toffees are given away. Now they're asking what is the remaining. So 160 minus 72, that should give you 10 minus 2 is 8, 88 I think. Yeah, so answer is C. Alright, that's it for this video. Tomorrow we'll again solve questions 51 to 100 I think. Alright, yes, that's it for this video. Keep practicing, and that is how you get good at math. Thank you for watching.